Every year, we're told the holidays are the most wonderful time of the year. But let's be honest, it can also be the most stressful. Between balancing family, work, to-do lists, and endless events, it's so easy to feel like we're running on empty. If you're anything like me, you might have even reached a point in the past where you just wanted to skip right through to January. A few years ago, I hit that point. I was so stressed trying to create a perfect holiday for everyone that I completely lost track of what really mattered. But then I came across a book that completely changed my perspective. Calm Christmas by Beth Kempton. It opened my eyes to the idea that a peaceful, meaningful holiday isn't about doing everything. It's about being present and intentional. That book, along with some simple habits that I have picked up, really helped me to feel more joy and less pressure during the holidays. And that's what I want to share with you in this video. I've got 5 super simple micro habits, and they don't add anything onto your to-do list. They are just small, doable habits that anyone can work into their day to find more peace, even in the busiest season. Now, if you've watched me here on YouTube before, then welcome back. But if you are new to my channel, then welcome. I'm Dr. Kim Foster, and I'm an MD turned coach and wellness expert. I worked as a family doctor for 20 years before pivoting into the wellness world, and I have seen firsthand just how much stress ramps up during the holiday season, not just in myself, but in my patients as well. When I was working as a doctor, the holidays were one of the busiest times of the year. I would see a big increase in stress-related illnesses. Migraines, digestive issues, insomnia, you name it. It was a clear reminder that holiday stress isn't just a mental burden, it takes a real toll on our physical health too. That's why these micro habits are so important. They may seem small, but they help to break the cycle of stress before it spirals into something much more serious. And that gives us a chance to truly enjoy the season. And the first habit that I want to share is something that I like to call a reset moment. This is for those times when you're juggling a million things and it just feels like it's all too much. So here's how it works. Anytime that you feel frazzled or overwhelmed, just take 2 minutes to pause. Close your eyes if you can, take 2 to 3 deep breaths, and check in with your body. Are your shoulders tense? Is your jaw clenched? Release that tension with every exhale. Even if you can only do this just once a day, it makes such a difference. So why does this simple act of taking a couple of deep breaths help so much? Well, it actually comes down to how our nervous system works. When we're feeling stressed and overwhelmed, our body is often stuck in fight or flight mode, which is a state that's controlled by our sympathetic nervous system. This is our body's way of preparing to handle threats. But during the holidays, it often gets activated by non-life-threatening stressors like long to-do lists, family dynamics, or holiday crowds. By just taking a couple of deep, intentional breaths, you're actually activating the parasympathetic nervous system, which is often called the rest and digest system. So this shifts your body out of fight or flight mode and into a much more relaxed state where your heart rate slows and your muscles relax and your mind can start to calm down. It's a simple way to hack your nervous system and to give your body a quick signal that it's okay to relax, even if everything around you feels hectic. Next is my single task moment habit. So if we're honest, the holiday season definitely brings out our multitasking side. Wrapping gifts while on the phone, checking emails while cooking. It's really easy to go through the season in a constant state of rush, trying to get everything done all at once. But I think we all know that constant multitasking actually increases stress, and we end up feeling like we're missing out on what we're actually doing. So here's what I suggest. Every day, pick one task to do slowly with your full attention. It can be anything: stirring tea, setting the table, or even just lighting a candle. Just focus on that one thing, noticing the details and the sounds and the smells. It's a little like meditation, but it doesn't take any extra time. A few years ago, I realized that I was rushing through even the little things that I loved about the holidays, like decorating or baking aching because I was just so focused on ticking all the boxes and getting it all done. It started to feel like I was just going through the motions. So I started taking a few minutes to do just one thing mindfully each day, even if it was just wrapping one gift slowly and appreciating the feel of the paper and how the ribbon looked when I tied it in a bow. Now, obviously, this is just a sneaky way of introducing a little mindfulness practice into your day. And from a scientific perspective, mindfulness involves paying focused, non-judgmental attention to the present moment, which helps to activate the prefrontal cortex, which is the part of our brain that's responsible for decision-making and emotional regulation and impulse control. This calms down the amygdala, the brain's alarm system that triggers stress responses. So practicing mindfulness, even just for a few minutes, reduces cortisol levels, which is the body's main stress hormone, and increases serotonin and dopamine, which helps to boost our mood and overall sense of well-being. Essentially, mindfulness gives our brain a pause button, allowing us to step out of reactive stress patterns and find a sense of calm amidst the holiday chaos. This next micro habit is huge for preventing holiday burnout. During the holidays, there are so many invitations and requests and tasks that it can feel like we're always saying yes just to keep up. But here's the thing. You don't have to. You can give yourself permission to say no, even if it's just once a week. So micro habit number 3 is something I call the say no power practice. I like to set a no quota for myself each week, at least one invitation or errand or commitment that I choose not to take on. It's not about being negative. It's about protecting your time and energy so that you can fully show up for the things that truly matter to you. I learned this the hard way. One year I said yes to everything, every holiday party, every volunteer request, every invitation. By the end of the season, I was so exhausted, I could barely enjoy the holiday itself. That's when I realized I had to start setting boundaries, even with the people that I love. So now when I make those decisions, I feel less stretched thin and I'm able to bring more energy to the events and the people that matter the most. Trust me, saying no occasionally can make the whole season feel so much more manageable. If you need help learning how to say no and to set boundaries, check out the video that I uploaded recently with specific advice on how to do this. For me, saying no is an act of self-care. And if you want to learn more from me about how to practice self-care, then I invite you to download my free self-care checklist. I will put the link in the description below. Now, this next habit is a super short one, but it's incredibly impactful. I call it my end of day gratitude pause. Each night before bed, take just 30 seconds to think of one moment that you enjoyed that day. It doesn't have to be something big. Maybe it was a warm, festive drink or the sound of your favorite Christmas song on the radio while you were driving. Taking a moment just to recall those moments and feel gratitude for them, it shifts your focus from what's left on the to-do list to what went right, and it helps you go to bed with a sense of peace. Gratitude practice has a profound impact on both the brain and the body. Scientifically, focusing on what we're thankful for activates the brain's reward system, particularly the regions linked to pleasure and social bonding. This practice boosts levels of dopamine and serotonin, the feel-good neurotransmitters, and that helps to improve mood and foster a sense of well-being. Also, gratitude lowers cortisol levels, which reduces stress and promotes a calm, relaxed state. It even has long-term benefits. Regular gratitude practice can rewire the brain to become more optimistic and resilient, and that makes it easier to handle stress, especially during high-pressure times like the holidays. It used to be very common for me to end my day feeling really anxious, mentally just going over everything that I didn't get done. But one night I decided to shift my focus and think of that one thing that made me happy that day. Over time, this tiny habit really started to change my mindset. Now, even on the busiest days, I can end the night feeling grateful and I wake up with a more positive outlook for the day ahead. Okay, let's move on to the last micro habit. Now, the holiday season can be a bit of a comparison trap, right? We're surrounded by all these idealized images on social media, and it is so easy to feel like we're not doing enough or that our holiday doesn't look as perfect as someone else's. So here's a tiny boundary to try. Choose one area where you'll will cut back on phone or social media use just for the season. This microhabit is about creating digital holiday boundaries. So it could be something as simple as no scrolling during family gatherings, or putting my phone away after dinner. These small boundaries create more space for real moments and help us to avoid holiday comparison culture. I noticed this pattern myself a few years back. I was constantly on my phone, just scrolling through holiday posts and feeling this nagging sense that I should be doing more. It was really taking me away from my own family and friends who were right there in front of me. So I really scaled back on looking at social media and just made better boundaries. When I'm finished working for the day, when we are having dinner and watching a holiday movie as a family, no phone. I don't need it then. Putting away your phone, especially during the holidays, can significantly reduce stress by breaking that cycle of social comparison. From a scientific perspective, scrolling through social media triggers the brain's reward centers, releasing dopamine, which makes it addictive. However, it also activates the amygdala, the part of the brain that is involved in processing negative emotions like anxiety and fear. When we compare our own holiday experiences to the idealized, filtered posts that we see online, it often leads to the phenomenon of social comparison, which heightens feelings of inadequacy and stress. Studies show that limiting social media use reduces cortisol and decreases feelings of FOMO, helping us to stay grounded and more content with our own holiday experiences. So there you have it, 5 microhabits to help you enjoy a calmer, more joyful holiday season. None of these are about doing more. They're about small, intentional shifts that help us to find peace and presence in the middle of it all. I really hope these tips help you to feel more connected and less stressed. And if you're interested in diving even deeper into a peaceful holiday mindset, I can't recommend the book Calm Christmas by Beth Kempton enough. It is full of ideas for creating a meaningful, less hectic holiday season. And don't forget to download my free self-care checklist. Again, the link is in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments if you are going to try one of these habits or if you have your own little trick for staying calm during the holidays. Here's to a season filled with peace and joy, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, that's fine. I'm almost done anyway. I'm in the conclusion bit, the final bit. So bear with me. Can you just wait? Like just stand there for 5 minutes, like not even 5, like 2 minutes. I'm right at the very end. Okay, fine, go.